Hey kids, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If I was, I could take your money, lose it, and charge you for it. Kind of like just going to the doctor and the doctor can't help you and they charge you anyway. So that's kind of a rough spot to be in. You want to help people and you want to make money, but what happens whenever you don't help somebody and you still get to make money? It's kind of an integrity issue or something. But anyway, here's what I want to say. So, what's a way that you can take advantage of everything that's going on right now? So, we know that inflation is still going up, has all signs of still going up. They just raised the interest rate. They're going to end up raising it more. They may try a couple other little tools to get it underway. I believe that eventually what you're going to see happen is a bigger crash. Like I said from the beginning, it may be just in one day, it may take 1, 2, or 3 days. We're not talking about the regular meltdown that we've been having, like, last week when they came out with the 75 basis point rate hike. That day it actually kind of came up. I think most of the markets came up about a percentage by the end of the day to close, but the next day they dropped 4%. So that's pretty huge. So it took a day for it to really get digested. And in the fall that was right before that, I think that was actually some bonds, we'll say in a country overseas. Um, anyway, that's aside from the point. That's something we still have to deal with. But anyway, here's how it happens in a very short packaged story. You get another rate hike. This could happen this quarter or into the next quarter. You can't time the market, okay? You can't predict when these things are going to happen. But here's the picture of how this plays out, a part of the picture how it plays out. The market starts to melt down a little bit more. They get another rate interest hike, and you get some more of these hedge funds close up, owing banks money. You get some big entity, some large bank, some large financial institution, some brokers maybe, or something like that. But anyway, you get somebody that is completely backed in the corner of the ropes and they can't get out and they have to fold up. And when they fold up, whether it's due to a margin call or just they have to liquidate because they're so far under, they're going to be, if it's a big enough entity, it's going to, it's, it's not only going to create selling pressure from them liquidating everything off, but it's also going to cause some other fear. So what we're looking for in this case is that 1 day drop, like I've been saying, where you get a good drop. I'm talking several percent, right? Causes a bunch of fear, makes this big drop, people sell out. Stocks really look like a good price at that point because you got to think, all these stocks have dropped from 20% to 60 or even 70% already. What you watch for is watch what the Fed does. I said you can't time the market. The other key golden rule is don't fight the Fed. Look it up, Google it. Google both those phrases. You'll learn a lot. But here's what I'm looking for. When you get a big drop in the market and you get either inflation rate to still continue to do what it's doing and the interest rate goes up even higher, companies get into a position where the unemployment rate starts going up. That's kind of one of the key things I'll be looking for here. If you get some sort of set combinations of this stuff, what we're looking for is for the Fed to reverse their quantitative tightening. Okay, if you've seen my other videos, you've heard me talk about that, the opposite of the quantitative easing. If they get put into a position where they have to reverse what they're doing and go to the quantitative easing, if you have a market that's dropped significantly and they are put into a position where they have to either combat the unemployment rate or some other financial status of the whole system, just like back in 2020 with the whole COVID deal, they just went to quantitative easing and flooded the market. That's what we're looking for. Look what happens to the market every time they're put into that spot. Well, if we get a big enough drop and they flip into a quantitative easing, that is going to be the point. That is going to be when you're going to want to watch and start buying. Buy this stuff up because it is going to absolutely skyrocket again. And you're going to be able to watch it do that, and you're going to be able to watch the system. Now beware, the other video that I put out about this digital dollar and stuff, we're going to have to keep juggling all this and see how it's going to affect each other. We're in a new era, but we're also carrying an old era, okay? Those that remember 2008, I want you to realize that was due to the bad mortgages, right? The bad debt that was packaged up that way with all those mortgages that were just handed out and everything. Let me tell you, that's not over. They never really settled all of that. You know, if you follow that trail and you see how that was settled and how the bailouts were done and everything, there was still stuff going on. Now, that's just one of the issues. That was just that housing market issue. They have been accumulating all this other stuff along with it. Now you go back to what I was saying about them handing out stocks, you know, handing out all these IOUs basically and running the stock market without letting the money get caught up, without letting everything settle out like it's supposed to. All that stuff's going to be culminated together. But like I said, watch for that drop. Watch what the Fed does. You know, and I'll keep making these videos, and actually there's a couple people out there that I really respect that they're pointing out the same things that I've been thinking, and I think there's going to be a couple people out there that are going to be a better source to watch than me, because I mean, who am I? I'm just an old man, you know. But there's some people out there that actually hold some licenses and are bucking the system and speaking out and kind of going on their own way, and they're pointing out some things that I've already been thinking, or things that I've already kind of been watching or knowing. But anyway, I'm trying to make these things short, and I'm sorry this one went a little bit long, but hey, I love you. Be smart, be wise. God bless you.